Hey, what's up guys? In this video we are going to be doing some advanced LFO tool kick shaping. So if you've watched my videos in the last couple of years, you'll know that I really enjoy using LFO tool to shape kicks. So LFO tool is, kind of used for gating and sidechain and stuff like that, but it can be used as a manual way to achieve a certain type of compression. And it has this kind of cutoff section with routing that can create some interesting harmonics and things like that. So right now we have LFO tool, everything's open, nothing's really happening. I have a kick here and I'm going to be processing it in certain ways. Right, so there's the kick in question. So what I like to do is I like to have an LFO tool at the beginning, and I basically, shape the kick a little bit. So a kick, if you look at a lot of them, they have an initial attack at the beginning, and then a brief drop down in silence, and then like the oomph of the body of the kick afterwards. So I'm going to achieve that with this shape here, with the volume. Right, you'll notice that, yeah, there's that, and I just wanted to kind of recover gently like so. And what this does is this makes it a bit more punchier. You can hear it. Right, so next up I'm going to add in another LFO tool, and I'm going to hold shift, and then click on the volume tab here, move these up. So now, yeah, nothing's being affected currently. LFO tool has a lot of different kinds of filters and other things that you can have. And, this is all ways to kind of shape the sound of what you're doing here. You can do some really interesting things. So let's go to, I guess, yeah, add bass. This is the add bass filter. And what it does is it's kind of just like a shelf, essentially. And then with the resonance, you can add bass and accentuate a certain frequency and get some drive going on and, interesting shapes there. Really enjoy it. But yeah, this is the add bass feature in LFO Tool. We give it some drive because I want it to be pretty aggressive because I want this kick to be something interesting. Right, so we got that low end pop there. Let's automate this with some LFO. So one thing I didn't mention is if you have the rate set to quarter bars and you have a 4 on the floor kind of track, the kick will appear, in here like every time. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. So let's get this LFO drawn in. And I just want to kind of have it like, I'll get rid of that down, oops, move that down like that. So I'm trying to like find where I enjoy, where the add bass will kind of appear when, as a baseline. Right, so I have that, so now I'm going to draw this in, so I preserve the kick, and I'm going to bring that down, and then maybe have that like that, and then give it like a little bit of a curve, like so. Give that a curve as well. I'll just do a quick on-off of that. All right, so we got some low end there, and we might need to do a little bit of gain staging, but it's all good, right? Because when LFO tool, as far as I know, does not have a makeup gain. And it'd be cool if it did, because once you get some like extreme drawn in compression, you want to bring the gain back up. But a simple utility achieves that, so no worries. So now I'm going to do a bit more shaping with volume. Turn on the oscilloscope here. Actually, I'm going to leave that, and I just want it to kind of roll off a little bit like so. Something gentle. And let's get something in here. There's a lot of different kinds of filter effects you can have. You can even have like sample and hold with the resonance, I think. No, oh, you actually have to turn it on. And that can, do things with that. But I want something else here. Let's see here. So we can use a German low pass. Get the cutoff open and then increase the drive. So look at the oscilloscope open there. Right, we're kind of squarifying the kick here, which is fine. Right, so I'm adding a little bit more harmonics, and you can see that in the next LFO tool that we have. And then, yeah, oh, you can always make it bigger, and you can see what's going on here. Let's get that. Right, so we got some rounded edges here, which is pretty cool. So let's draw in some stuff here. So yeah, you just shape and move around and all these things. It's pretty fun. And yeah, I have to get that volume up. There's so much you can do with this volume and filtering. And yeah, if you have a kick that has too much of a click, you can actually attenuate it using this kind of technique or trick or whatever. But I like to have mine kind of punchy and things like that. And these curves really add to the like the non-linearity of the sound. Okay, let's add in another LFO tool. So this one is going to be another, yeah, this is going to be another technique where we use a filter, but we use a filter in such a way that you are able to use it as like I guess a transient shaper kind of thing. So let's find a nice little peak, right? And we'll find that. Right, and yeah, we're peaking a little bit, but that's okay because I'm trying to find the thing here. And yeah, maybe we'll do a gentle high EQ. Yeah, we'll do that. Oops. Right. And no, we have to use the band EQ. Like so. Right. So I'm going to be LFO tooling this. And yeah, let's do that. So it's the resonance that I want to have my way with, and I'll just drag this down, click that, and let's see what it's doing. So yeah, that will be the initial transient, and yeah, I'll just do that essentially. Yeah, and then I can actually bring that up if I want. Right, so I give it more of like a talk kind of thing, and yeah, don't mind the headroom or lack thereof. Okay, so now we have that, and yeah, we need to do some further shaping, and this is just like for the sake of experimentation and exercise. This would be like, I guess, like the final stage. So look at that. That's like super crazy, but it's all well and good. So that'll be the initial examination of our kick here. Oops, get utility in there. Sorry, not width. Right, so now it's more of like a guttural kind of kick. Right, so I have it like that, and let's just move this up to taste. Cool. Let's add another LFO tool just for fun. Let's just see what we got here. And yeah, like you can just keep on going, and then you freeze it, and then you have, you know, a brand new thing. Right, so it's a different different shape, and yeah, what I can do is yeah, just add a little bit of some filtering here. And even like a bit of resonance as well. Just to boost that high end. Think of it as like an EQ. And yeah, we got that. Yep. Right, so we can adjust the tail of the kick as well. So let's group these all together and see what we did. And yeah, let's do like an off. Yeah, maybe went a little overboard, but it was fun. It's a new kick, and it has a certain character about it. Let's actually look at it. Oh yeah, it has that really cool fundamental, and you know, you can actually tune that if we went into this one right here. We can tune that. Right. So we might want to make note of this one. We can actually tune that little click there. To what we want to do there, and things like that. So that's kind of, yeah. Yeah, that a little talk thing might be a little bit too pronounced, but, you know, just for the sake of example. Right, and with a little bit of EQ, we are golden. So let's yeah, let's kind of let's go through them kind of sequentially and see what we did. All right, so bass kick, and I'll just go through them. All right, and then we got a little bit of that low end fuzz there. I'm gonna fix that, or attempt to, and I'm going to drop in. What am I doing? Another LFO tool, because there's a little bit too much of a rumble there. Come on, dude. I'm gonna do that with a fairly steep low cut. And yeah, let's turn that on. Sorry, gotta sneeze. That was a good one. Yeah, so I will get the cut to a maximum. And yeah, let's find that. All right, so we'll have that like that. So what that does is that shaves off a little bit of that fuzziness. Just a little bit of it, because I like it. Heck yeah. Right. So now it's a little bit less. It's a little bit less. You know, It's a little more rounded, a little more sinusoidal. Right. And that is that for that video. Just for quick, um, sake for example and different use cases and things like that. And yeah, once you're there, yeah, why not? You just freeze that, and it'll freeze it. And LFO tool is pretty lightweight to begin with, and then yeah, there you have your kick there. And yeah, you can from there get into some further processing. So there's yeah, the initial click of it, and then that low end, right? So that works out. And from then, you'd process a little bit more, maybe with some other plugins. But that's just with LFO tool. That's just with volume and filters essentially, and a little bit of filter drive. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.